This week on HomeKit News, the Switchbot Air Purifier Table with Matter. Welcome back everybody. Today we're looking at a product that has been out for a short while but only recently got native Matter support. This is of course the Switchbot Air Purifier Table, and although it arrived in this relatively plain box, it does outline the basics. It works with Amazon, Google, Siri shortcuts, IFTTT and SmartThings, and even though there's no mention of HomeKit or Matter, it is in fact compatible with both due to a Matter update which allows for direct Matter integration. The air purifier itself has a PM2.5 sensor, it can remove odours due to an active carbon layer in the filter, it offers sleep mode, a clean air delivery rate of 400 square meters per hour, and due to its design, filtration works all round the device, not just the sides. Let's have a quick look at the specs now, so pause the video if required. So this is the table version of the device, as there are two models. It's suitable for medium to large rooms in my opinion, and comes with a colour mood light as well as a built-in Qi wireless charger. As previously mentioned, you no longer need to associate this with a Switchbot hub for Matter compatibility, as it uses Matter over Wi-Fi. The other model from Switchbot also has a sort of table on top, although it's not as expensive, the table surface is smaller and you don't get the Qi charging. Other than that, the specs are the same. So what's in the box? You get the air purifier itself of course, although it comes in two parts with the main body as seen here. The table itself comes separately with the underside featuring the mood light. There's a manual and some paperwork, along with a quick start guide, a screwdriver and 4 screws, and finally a power supply. Due to the table portion coming as a separate part to the main body of the air purifier, it does need a modicum of assembly. So you simply connect the ends of the two data cables, thus connecting the table to the purifier, after which you then fit the tabletop, turning it so it locks into place. Then the two parts are secured with a couple of screws, one either side, all very simple. With that all done, you now have a completed unit. Let's take a closer look now, starting with the on-device indicators and controls, of which there are many. To the right is a network indicator, which should be solid in normal operation. You then have a child lock, which can also be set via the Switchbot app. The purifier comes with 3 main speeds, which you can cycle through via the button. In the middle is the basic power button. Then you have another button to cycle through 3 additional modes: auto, pet and sleep. There are 3 timer presets for 2, 4 or 6 hours, after which it'll turn itself off. And finally another small LED that will flash when you need to replace the filter. The top of the table is home to the Qi wireless charger that has a handy raised ring so you know exactly where to place your phone. The rear of the purifier is home to the PM2.5 sensor, which unfortunately only detects PM2.5 when the device is actually running, which is a bit of a shame. And above the sensor is a small panel labelled push, so once you do just that, a tray pops out with an absorbent patch that you can soak with essential oils to add a pleasant smell whilst also purifying. Getting to the replacement filter is easy by simply pulling off the back grille and pulling out the cylindrical filter. The filter is different in that it comes with a removable pre-filter for catching hair and the like. Because it's removable, cleaning it is much easier. Once it's cleaned, you can just wrap it around the filter again and put it back in place. Another interesting detail is with the bottom section. This is fitted with springs, so when you put the filter into place, the plate ensures a really tight seal from the filter to the top of the fan, which is pretty cool. If you want to use the purifier with Matter, you will initially need the Switchbot app, which is where I'll start. So you will need to set up an account if you haven't done so already, but then in the app you select Add Device from the menu, and then the purifier should be discovered via Bluetooth, so select it and follow the on-screen instructions. Once it's connected via Bluetooth, you do need to provide your Wi-Fi details. After that's done, you then just place it in a room, name it, and after that you should get a firmware update waiting for you. This will add Matter compatibility, so definitely install it. With the update complete, it's working in Switchbot, but now I'm going to add it to Apple Home via Matter. While still in the Switchbot app, go into the settings section and select Matter Setup, after which there's some pointers and an option labelled Connect Device. You'll get some instructions along with an 11-digit matter code that you need to copy. Tap Setup and it'll open the Apple Home app where you then manually add the code you copied, and it'll add it to Apple Home. Now it did take a little bit of time, but it did go through on the first go, which is great. Once added to Apple Home, you can see the slider control for the fan speed and an on-off button. In the settings, there are two accessories listed, which are the purifier itself and the PM2.5 sensor. The purifier tile just replicates the slider and the on-off button, although going deeper you do get manual and auto options. Note that the sensor says unknown. This is because the purifier is not active, so until it is, you won't see any PM2.5 readings. Still, if like me you have external PM2.5 sensors, which I prefer to use, you can trigger the purifier to turn on via a simple automation when PM2.5 levels change. I've decided to temporarily place the purifier in the living room between these two chairs, replacing an old IKEA box table, which saves space but still provides somewhere to place a TV remote or a cup of tea. I've not really touched on the mood light yet, but essentially it can serve two purposes, although not at the same time. In the backlight and sound settings in the Switchbot app, you can choose to have the light on or off, or set to auto, which turns the light off in low light, perfect for the bedroom for example. There are also 3 brightness levels, although it's hard to tell in this video, but the differences are there but slightly subtle. Finally, you can also choose between the light representing the air quality levels in the home, which I'll demonstrate later, or you can choose from a selection of 10 different colours. You can't choose your own specific colours, however. The Qi charger built into the tabletop is a nice and definitely useful addition. It works well, although for iPhone users you're not going to get the full advertised 15-watt charging, which is limited to roughly half that number. Let's see what the Switchbot app offers in the way of special features now, and the user interface offers pretty much all the controls bar the mood light on the main page. This includes power, the PM2.5 levels, as well as auto, pet and sleep modes. Selecting the level option opens up the 3 speeds 1, 2 and 3, and environmental data will show PM2.5 levels over a set period of time. Schedules is rather self-explanatory, but does allow for granular control of the purifier. Likewise, the care and maintenance section keeps track of the filter life, as well as the removable outer pre-filter, which is handy to keep tabs on. Third-party services allows you to connect to other platforms, which also includes Homey, although I don't see much mention of Home Assistant here. I guess that comes under the Matter tab. I'll now conduct a basic sensor test, and on this occasion I'm going to use this diffuser from Vocalink that saw a limited release a few years back. I've added some water to the unit, and I've also added some sweet orange essential oil to the device. In case you're not aware, ultrasonic diffusers can actually create PM2.5 regardless of whether you use water with essential oils or not, although generally speaking this isn't anywhere near as harmful as pollution-based PM2.5 from car exhausts, for example. At worst, in most cases, it could be mildly irritating for those with sensitive airways. I'll place the diffuser near the PM2.5 sensor and see the purifier react. So the purifier is on, and this section is speeded up 4 times so as not to bore you, but you can see the levels already creeping up, with the mood light also changing colour to reflect air quality levels. I'll turn the diffuser off now and let the purifier get back to normal levels to show it's working. Again, the footage is speeded up, this time by 8 for brevity. In total, it just took under 2 minutes to get from 414 back to the normal 13. I've also added the air purifier to my Switchbot universal remote, and if I select it you can see it offers all the same basic controls, although when it comes to fan speeds it's wrongly labelled 2, 3 and 4, not 1, 2 and 3, which I think needs to be fixed. You also get auto, pet and sleep modes, in addition to on and off of course. Onto a quick comparison chart, and here are 3 other purifiers I've previously tested, all with their pros and cons, so do pause the video if required. The SmartMe Air Purifier 2, which I still use, isn't as powerful as the Switchbot and doesn't offer matter, but it does come with a UV sterilisation light for tackling viruses. It can also work with cheaper Xiaomi filters. Their other popular model is the P1, which is also less powerful due to its size with no matter option, but it is compact and has a stylish leather carry handle. The final device is from Air Versa, and although small and offering even less power overall, it is cheaper, and its big selling point for Apple Home users at least is that it offers HomeKit over Thread, meaning it also acts as a Thread router. The only other air purifier that's similar in size and power is the We Love P200 Pro, which offers Matter over Wi-Fi as well, but also works with Apple HealthKit. However, if you have a lot of Switchbot gear, this Switchbot device is probably a better option overall. Finally, to the pros and cons, and I'm happy to see that Switchbot has given users the option to have this work with Matter without the need for a hub, which should always be the case with a Wi-Fi device, of course. It's also good that it can offer more than just air purification, so with the usable surface, this makes it ideal for use as either a coffee table or a nightstand, whilst also saving space. The Qi charger is pretty cool and works very well. It's not the first device to include it, as Yeelight included one in their bedside lamp, but having it definitely gives extra value. The removable filter is something other companies should also look into, as regular cleaning made easier in this manner helps prolong the life of your filters. The mood light is another nice extra, but it's not exposed to HomeKit, which is a shame, although with the limited colour palette it probably wouldn't be of much use being exposed in the first place. The only negative is that the PM 2.5 sensor won't show any readings unless the purifier is actually on. You can use external sensors, of course, and that's my preference, but it should really be running independently of the purifier's power state, ultimately, in my opinion. Even though I'm loath to add Wi-Fi devices to my home unless it's absolutely necessary these days, I will be using this device going forward for the many plus points outlined. So that's our take on the Switchbot Air Purifier Table. So is this something that you would use in your home? And if so, where would you put it? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, and if you have any questions, as always, I'll try to answer them. In the meantime, if you enjoyed this video, do give it a like, please do share it, and most importantly, do subscribe if you haven't done so already. Until the next time, I'll leave you an unlikely quote from Rod Stewart, who said, "Instead of getting married again, I'm going to find a woman I don't like, give her a house."